Hello.
Hi. I'm Kane. Hi. Right, most of you know me. Yeah, and thank you for knowing me. I think you can all understand that I wouldn't stand here and bullshit you. I've been on stage and performed for you guys a lot of times, and it's been real every time, okay? So hear me now, yeah? This guy who's gonna speak for us is our best chance to not be living under a Conservative government again. Yeah. Now, it's because of being the UK and being really old and really wanting blue passports and stuff. We've got this first past the post system, and things like tactical voting exist. So this is one of the big reasons why I wanted to get Josh to come down, because I think it's fair to say that not everyone is a Lib Dem, but in this instance, we have to lend our votes, okay? This is about who we do not want in power again in our country. Yeah. 14 years is enough, so that's enough from me. And here's Josh Babarinde. Thank you.
Good evening, lovely people. It is awesome to join you, and thank you to the Eastbourne Music Collective for putting this together and creating this platform for us to talk about an opportunity we have. July the 4th, Independence Day for the US and Independence Day for the UK from this Conservative government. Independence from so much scandal. You look at what's happened the last few years. We've seen Conservative MPs who have got done for using their position to lobby and make money. We've seen Conservatives who think there's one rule for them and another rule for the rest of us with those Downing Street parties. Shame on everyone who was involved in that. And as recently as right now, we are seeing Conservatives who have an in to privileged information from number 10, using that to make money for themselves. Until the bitter end, folks, these guys have no shame, and we must show them that when it comes to the ballot box on July the 4th, that we're not going to let them get away with it, are we? No. And then let's just look at some of the issues. 14 years of the Conservatives has produced what? Record waiting lists and a decimated NHS that means so many are suffering. Under this government, we've seen our seas, rivers, lakes, waterways, including right here in Eastbourne, 94 gorgeous beaches polluted with tons and tons and tons of raw sewage, while the likes of Southern Water and the rest make enormous profits and big bonuses. Shame on them, and shame on this government for allowing them to do that.
Fuck the Tories.
And then what we have also seen under this government is record hardship, record struggling. In Eastbourne, in fact, under this government, our food bank has become the busiest food bank in the UK. More food parcels than any other food bank per person distributed right here in Eastbourne. So I've seen all of that happen. And as an Eastbourne boy, born and bred, it has broken my heart to see how folks in our town and across the country suffer. Now, I'm not a career politician. In fact, I've spent my career getting kids out of crime and gangs. That's been my thing, but I haven't been able to stand idly by while we see our country dismantled bit by bit while many others profit in quite this way. So I've decided to roll up my sleeves, get stuck in, and stand to get the Tories out on July the 4th. Now, I want the likes of Eastbourne to be the most family-friendly town around. That's why I'm campaigning against the stripping of services out of our hospital that are moving elsewhere, so that Eastbourne can have the services that families need to make sure that our town continues to thrive, grow, and meet the needs of everybody. I want our beaches to be the cleanest possible. That's why I'm campaigning for the likes of Southern Water to have their bonuses banned for as long as they pollute rivers. And why the worst polluters must be prosecuted to pay for what they are doing. And thirdly, I want to make sure that the most vulnerable in our town and in our country are supported. We've had the likes of Centrica, that owns British Gas, a couple of years ago made £73 million profit or thereabouts. Last year, £750 million profit. Folks, what we need to see is the likes of those companies taxed to the hilt. We take that money back that is rightly ours and use it to support those who are struggling most to pay with their bills. There is so much more. The system is stacked against folks like us in so many ways. The housing market is screwed. We need to build more houses. Yes, the right houses in the right places with the right infrastructure, but we must build them because the absence of them means that the likes of us can't get on that ladder. We can't rent. We can't get the suitable housing that we need, and record numbers of people across the country find themselves in poverty, homelessness, destitution, and the rest. And we will not stand for it, will we? And more than that, our democracy is broken in many other ways. First of all, folks who are 16 years old and 17 years old should have the right to vote. They pay taxes, they can join the army, they can get married, and much, much more. They should be able to have a say on the future of our country. We need to change our electoral system. Right now, we have the system that Kane described, first past the post, which punishes, suppresses the will of those who dare to vote differently. I believe that people should be able to vote with their hearts when it comes to the election. You shouldn't have to vote tactically. You should be able to vote for whoever speaks to you the most. But for as long as we have these two main parties in power, but especially the Conservatives, we are not going to get that, and that needs to change. But there is a harsh reality that Kane described as well when it comes to this election. We must vote tactically because a failure to do so in many elections gone by has meant that the Conservatives have snuck in. Let's take 2015 in Eastbourne as an example. The Liberal Democrat candidate, the Progressive, lost by 1% of the vote. Whereas the Green Party got more than 1% of the vote, the Labour Party got more than 1% of the vote there. If people voted tactically, we'd be able to get the Conservatives out. Last time round, adjusting for boundaries in Eastbourne, the gap between the Lib Dems and Conservatives just 4%. Labour got 7%. The Conservatives snuck in. We cannot let that happen in 7 days' time, folks. And so I'm appealing to you, whether you're based in Eastbourne or wherever it might be, you need to make sure that your vote goes the right way to make change in this country. In Eastbourne, the way to do that is by voting Liberal Democrat. And as a local boy, it would mean so much to have your support. But more than that, it would mean so much to the country to finally get rid of this Conservative government. So let's do it!